Garden. This episode I'll be planting potatoes, and right off the bat I want to apologize. My microphone has not been working. The last video was really kind of hard to hear, and I'm sorry for that. You will probably hear some jets fly over. There's some construction where they're building neighborhoods getting too close to my farm, so you might hear some big trucks in the background with their backup beeping sounds. And you know, roosters are always alarming, and who knows what else you will hear. But I'm going to try to speak up, and since I'm not moving around, hopefully the audio will be a little more consistent for you this time. But let me tell you what I have here. I have my seed potatoes that were cut. These were cut 4 days ago. They're crusted over nicely. And I have compost. I did not bother sifting it because I don't think the potatoes care that it's really fine. And I have sand and coconut coir. So we're going to mix it all up in these buckets, and then we're going to plant potatoes in fabric pots. You'll notice if you look closely, I have a lot fewer potatoes than I did just a second ago in this video. The problem, or the challenge, is, or a funny story, is that I was sitting here doing my planting and talking to you guys and moving along. The battery had died on the camera and I wasn't even really aware of it. So I wasn't recording for a lot of that. So I'm going to try to pick up where I left off, and I'm going to finish showing you how I'm planting these potatoes. While the battery was charging, I went ahead and got a lot done. That's why the potatoes are gone. And I'll show you where they ended up. But I'll go ahead and plant another one. I have another 7-gallon bag here, and what I did with the rest of them is I'm just taking these and folding the sides halfway down. That way I get a really short fabric pot. And then I'm putting a little bit of my compost sand and coconut coir mixture down in the bottom of it, just enough, about maybe 2 or 3 inches deep. Then I'm taking my potatoes and I'm planting them see if you can see that. Just 3 potatoes in a little triangle shape there. And then taking a little bit more of my mix, putting it on top, taking out any big sticks or rocks, and I'm going to go take that and put it in the other side of the garden. I'm going to go ahead and carry this over there, then I'll show you where I have it all lined up. So as far as, get a little closer so you can hear me and see me. I ended up with 6 7-gallon pots. I did 6 of the 3-gallon pots. Those have fewer potatoes. I did 3 in the 3 potato seeds in the 7-gallon pots, and 1 or 2, depending on the size, in the 3-gallon pots. And this container here has a hole in the bottom of it. I busted the bottom of it, and the plastic's getting brittle, so the life of this container is just about done. And I went ahead and planted some of those extra potatoes. I think I put 6 in the bottom of this, just to get a little bit more out of this. But this is where I get to explain a little bit of, see, I think everybody has a hypocrite in them. They say one thing and they do another. My brother, he goes by Halo Curbs. He has a YouTube channel, and he's also on Facebook. He sent me a question, and he asked about lining his garden beds with plastic. And I told him that my preference is that I don't have any plastic in around where I'm planting my food, any long-term exposure to my food. Well, here I am planting my potatoes in a plastic container. So it is what it is, right? So anyway, this season I'm going to get a few potatoes out of this container. That's a wrap. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you plant your potatoes differently, if you have a tried and true method that you have used and you know that it works, I'd love to hear it. See, this is an experiment for me. I've had zero success growing potatoes. This I've read about, I've seen people doing online. I was going to do a traditional planting in a garden where I was going to do the furrow and hill the potatoes, but I ended up not finding enough seed potatoes. I bought them too late, and I actually bought a kind of potato that I didn't even really want to grow. I really wanted to grow the red potatoes, but this is all that they had left, and that's all I could get. So I went ahead and bought them, and I'm planting them like this because I didn't have enough to put in the garden up front. So anyway, let's have a conversation. I truly appreciate what you guys do for me, sharing this time with me, sharing your comments and encouraging me. It means a lot. I'll talk to you soon.